December 2nd, 2021. If everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our agenda tonight, as it was posted on the town website and the town board, is as follows. Number 1, Meta Pato LLC, minor subdivision. Applicant seeks to subdivide property located at 291 Oakwood Avenue. Meta Pato LLC is the applicant. Number 2, McClurg, waiver of subdivision. Applicant seeks to subdivide 2.138 acres of property located at 231 South Road and transfer it to property located at 206 South Road. Todd McGurk, a little bit lost.
I think it's McGlurk,
McGurk, okay.
possibly, or anyone
Is that
here.
person here tonight?
I know
If
they've
so,
both
I
been sick-
apologize.
they've both been sick as well.
Okay. Number 3, Royal special use permit. Applicant seeks a special use permit on the online sale of firearms, selling from brick to mortar distributors directly to customers on property located at 502 Pinewoods Avenue. Zachary Royal is the applicant. Number 4, Armstrong, waiver of subdivision. Applicant seeks to subdivide 2.19 acres of property located at 65 Raygard Road and transfer it to property located off Plank Road. Kerry Armstrong is the applicant. Number 5, Tangretti, waiver of subdivision. Applicant seeks to subdivide 4.96 acres of property located at 15 Eagle Ridge and transfer it to property located at 210 Inshaw Lane. Charles Tangretti is the applicant. Our first part of business is to approve the minutes of 2 meetings. The first one is for October 21st. Apparently, we did not
Correct.
approve that okay. So I believe that was redistributed by email. If not, is there any corrections, additions, comments that have to be made to the minutes of October 21st? Okay, hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of October 21st. Do I have a second? Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Abstain.
opposed?
One abstention.
One abstention. Okay, the second minutes is for our last meeting on November 18th. Has everybody had an opportunity to review those? And are there any corrections, additions, or comments that have to be made?
Page 10, line 11, ending with authority. I think the line should read, Attorney Gilchrist stated that the planning board does insert have authority under the Brunswick zoning law to extend site plan and special use permit approvals.
Okay. Anything else, Chuck?
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, I will make a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Do I have a second? Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, first on our regular agenda tonight is Meadow Path LLC minor subdivision. I believe everybody has been given a updated short EAF and a corrected or amended map.
Revised.
Wayne, did you have an opportunity to review this before?
I did.
Okay. Do you have any comments on that?
No.
Okay. Okay, does anyone else have any comments? Would you like to just give us a quick rundown of exactly what you did on this current drawing?
We removed the sketch plan that we had for the bus parking. The bus parking is no longer being considered. And we've divided the 2.71 acre parcel into two separate parcels. One, the building, the Diamond Rock Plaza is on, and the second one is a vacant lot until we have someone that'd be interested in it. There will be a reciprocal easement for the utilities and access and egress for 291 Oakwood Avenue when we, if we get someone in there that's going to do something.
That
That's pretty
easement
much-
is not shown on this map? That easement is not shown on this map?
We've got a little note on it, reciprocal easement. Right there by the fire hydrant coming in on the.
Yep.
In the north driveway.
Is that sufficient, Andy?
Well, it's sufficient for the plat. I would suggest a condition of approval that the final area in terms of the easement be subject to review by the planning board engineer and planning board attorney.
Okay. Okay, is there any other questions? Mr. Burley?
Is green space on here?
We had a handout that we gave on, I think it was the last meeting I was here, on the green space.
Is there adequate green space on, well, there's probably plenty on the one that you're cutting out, but
Yeah, we can, on the final plot, we'll put that on.
it's less than 35, we gotta make some kind of an adjustment, right?
Just for clarification, you're talking about basically lot 1A, is that correct?
Well, yeah, lot 1B is all green, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. 1A, I don't know if there's enough green space. If there's not, we can make a condition or whatever. We don't know how much green space is there.
I had that on another, I don't have that with me.
I'll just note for the record, Dave, you're correct. Under the prior site plan regulations in the town, pre-2017, there was the 35% green space requirement. The current 2017 zoning law carried over the site plan regulations, but does not contain the 35% requirement that's currently being reviewed. But at the present time, there's not a requirement under our site plan regulations for 35% green space. So technically, this is
Okay.
compliant. Yep.
Anyone else have any questions? Do you have any additional questions or comments, Wayne?
Yeah, as far as the easement, there'll just have to be some kind of description
Yeah, it'd be a file,
in the deed.
yeah, file these.
Right. And it'll include like utility easement from 1B to 1A because the utilities run across the other lot. And then the access will be a reciprocal so that they can access 1B from 1A. So just to be clear on that, that's.
Okay. Andy, do you have any comments at this point?
I do not.
I would assume that we could move forward.
Yes,
And
and
the
we'll-
map has to be stamped too. It's not stamped.
correct.
Yep.
So that should be considered a condition too, that the plat should
Yeah,
be
when we-
submitted, stamped by the land surveyor. We'll note for the record that there was the public hearing held on this project that included both the minor subdivision as well as the prior site plan application. The site plan application was withdrawn, so there has been the public hearing just on the subdivision. So procedurally, it is in front of you for determination.
If there's no other further comments, we'll entertain a seeker determination on this. Do I have a,
I'll make a motion to declare negative.
okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now on the minor subdivision approval. There are conditions. Could you just review those conditions with the board, Andy?
I have two proposed. One, the description and location as well as terms of the cross easements for access and utilities subject to final review by the planning board engineer and planning board attorney. And two, the plat will need to be stamped and submitted by the licensed land surveyor.
Should we say something about the SWIP and how that shall remain in effect for this
Yes.
subdivision? All the terms of the SWIP shall remain in effect for this minor subdivision? There is a
Right.
SWIP for this.
There's a SWIP for the site.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate to put in there that the approved SWIP for the project remains in place and must be in compliance.
Okay. And with those three conditions, do I have a motion for approval of the minor subdivision? Is there any further discussion? I know, do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Do you want these copies now?
No, you can have them.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. The second on our agenda is McClure waiver of subdivision. Is anybody here representing them? What was there was discussion on this on the new business. Was there anything that had to be added? I know there was one on there was some discussion on the Armstrong waiver of subdivision. I don't recall any comments or anything that would be clarified.
I didn't either.
Okay.
We, in that the folks weren't here last time either. We just,
Do you know if they were notified?
I don't know. I know they were supposed to be at the previous meeting and, they were sick and we didn't check, I didn't check back with them.
Okay.
So I will do that. Get them on the next one.
I would be more comfortable with them being here.
Gotcha.
So we will reschedule for our next meeting on the 16th. And please notify them that they should be here.
Who's that?
Okay.
Esther Brooks,
Oh,
South Road.
Okay, third on our agenda tonight is Royal, am I pronouncing that correct?
Royal.
Royal. Okay.
You're close.
All right.
Close enough.
Okay. This is for a special use permit. And at our last meeting, we pretty much went through everything. You did a verbal response to the comments at the public hearing. And we asked that you submit a written response letter, which you did. I think everybody got a copy of that, is that correct? Did everybody have an opportunity to read that? Do we have to go through it? Okay, is there anyone that has any comments or concerns about the responses that we should address as a board? Wayne, you don't have anything engineering wise, I would assume.
No, sir.
Okay, Andy,
I do not, sir.
any comments? Is there any further comments? It was determined that this, by a letter from Chuck, that this was a legitimate use of special use permit or application. So that's all on record. So I guess we could move forward if you'd like. Special use permits, there's no seeker.
Yes, there is.
I sometimes lose track of all this, I apologize. Okay, I'll entertain a seeker determination on this for an egg deck. Okay, do I have a second?
I'll say.
Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now, the application for a special use permit. We can move forward with a approval on this. Is there any conditions that anybody wishes to put on this?
I feel like there should be conditions placed on the hours of operation. Mr. Foyo stated that firearms may be delivered there, but they wouldn't be distributed from there. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. They would be transferred to the customer's FFL choosing.
And I did a little checking on a couple brick and mortars around, and that seems to be a typical thing.
Yeah,
So.
Yep.
I would be in favor of that condition.
So that would be what in
It would be
particular?
that the firearms could be delivered but not distributed from the property.
like no one can come to my house, right? Yeah, that.
Right.
Yeah, that, yeah.
We'll say no
100%.
delivery to end user.
Sure. And is it necessary that we specify the amount of area in the residence that's assigned to the business?
It's
or-
already said at 30%.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the zoning code.
And I'll be well under that.
And that no signage be placed at the entrance to the property,
Correct, yep.
identifying it as an FFL.
Linda, did you have hours of operation? Do you want? that?
Yeah, do you have something in mind, or do you want to just keep it open?
So technically on the application that I submit to the ATF, I have to have them, and I'll probably just do 8 to 5 or whatever, because that's, like I said, I'm not quitting my normal job, so that's when I'm gonna be working. So I'll probably just list those on that on that application, because theoretically, when I do that interview and they can audit me at any time, they just have to show up within those hours.
Okay.
And
So that's 8 AM to 5 PM, Monday through,
Friday,
any weekend hours you planning?
we can add in Saturday. 8, just keep 8 AM to 5. Yeah.
Is the board agreeable with that?
Yeah, fine with that.
I don't have any problem.
8 AM to 5 PM, Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
The only other one I had was the ammunition be stored safely away from,
Yeah, which I got the letter, Chuck provided me with the letter from Rensselaer County too, and they're gonna verify that as well.
Right, so the county had two. Storage of firearms should be in a secure location.
Yep.
And storage of bulk ammunition should be away from heat sources and reviewed by the fire department. So both of those?
yes.
What are you gonna call this business?
What's that?
What's the name of the business?
So that's actually my next step. I have to set up an LLC, and then on the application to the ATF, I put in my LLC, my federal ID number, put all that on the application. I'm tossing around a few. I'll probably set up the LLC under an enterprise, CF Enterprises, and then do a DBA for the FFL, probably Freedom Arms USA is kind of where I'm leaning. Nope, I'm gonna need one soon, because that's my next step, but I'm leaning towards Freedom Arms USA.
I'm a little concerned about UPS dropping off packages. I would be more comfortable if there was some secure, I know my veterinarian uses a box that the UPS puts them in and locks them.
Okay,
Whether you build something into the house where you open a door, slide it in, close the door, and it's locked and nobody can get to it.
yeah,
Just some way that somebody wandering by,
yeah,
you're at the end of a long driveway that's, that's the kind of driveways they like to
okay.
come in.
Okay, yeah. I think anything that you need an actual age requirement, like 18 or over, they actually require a signature, but I can provide a lockbox or something. Yeah, I'll just have to figure out, just because obviously different firearms come in different sizes. Pistol box might be okay, but rifle, you need a lockbox that's gonna,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right. And I know it's last minute, but it's something that, we get packages all the time and leave them all over the place, and
I gotcha.
we're lucky we find some of them,
Yeah,
but
no, I'll,
Well, what I've written down is delivery of firearms / ammunition by delivery companies must be made to a lockbox for security, lockbox to be reviewed by the building department.
okay.
Did you review all those?
I can. So number one, firearms delivered to the property, but no delivery to end user at the property. I'll word that better, but firearms that are delivered to the property are not to be delivered to any end user at the property. No signage at the entrance to the property. Hours of operation 8 AM to 5 PM Monday through Saturday. Storage of firearms stored in a secure location. Storage of bulk ammunition stored away from heat sources and to be reviewed by the fire department. Delivery of firearms and ammunition by delivery companies must be made to a lockbox for security. Lockbox to be reviewed by the building department.
Yeah. Is there anything else that anybody wish to add as a condition? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve that with those conditions. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You're all set.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Okay, good luck.
Is there a way I can get the signed, is there actually gonna be a signed permit that I actually get, or?
You will get your best bet is a copy of the minutes. When the
Right.
minutes are generated prior to next month's meeting.
Perfect.
Next.
Thank you.
In the 16th, right? We're meeting
Correct.
for the 16th. Okay. I'm getting-
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, next on our agenda, Armstrong, waiver of subdivision.
Got the maps, survey maps updated to show the overall view
Okay,
of the additional properties next to it.
okay. That is, Mr. Garland, okay.
Wager Lane is off of the cul-de-sac at the end of Norman Lane.
It's a dead end street, so a plank,
Comes off.
it's on the right side. Well, you're heading, yeah, it's just a dead end road.
Go beyond Norman Lane towards Troy.
Yeah. Okay, then it'll come up on your left, yes. Yep,
It's on your left.
yeah.
There's a,
It's,
yeah, okay.
there's like Bentley Drive and things like, if you know where they are, it's really close to that.
I think Norman Lane used to wrap around and got cut off or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, if you look at Google Maps, it actually shows the road
Yeah, it goes
continuing
right
and
out.
going on through Norman Lane. But it doesn't.
They still have people who come up the road and think they can get through this mudded, logging road.
Well, I used to be able to go over to Bald Mountain and Bradley's house too.
That's true.
So your land is actually subdivided by National Grid, is that correct?
Yes.
And now you want access to basically a road.
Yeah, I need to be able to access it legally. I don't want to just count on being friends with Ben to be able to access it.
Well, that's not the right thing to do. I think you're doing the right thing. All right. Anybody have any questions?
The question came up in our review of what the town maintains and the town plows to the end of Wager.
Okay. Kind of elaborate on that? It does,
So the way it works is, if you see the 2 acre lot,
yeah,
at best, they may plow to the end of that 2 acre lot. So the 75 feet I'm getting has never been touched by the town. It's just rough trail. So, but they have plowed up probably most of that 2 acre length. It doesn't show the road. It's the township would take care of for some years.
wasn't there a question on how many houses were on the wager? Is it under the 12?
I can count that out here right now. I'll give you a look at that.
It looks like it probably.
It's under, it should be under 10 houses.
Are you building a house up there?
I don't know, I mean, I want the possibility, I don't know if it's gonna happen the way that the land's really set up.
Right off the end of Wager Lane or Wager Road, the elevation, the topo takes a sharp turn up. I mean, it's steep.
Yeah,
And
no,
right now, there's some logging going on there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's muddy. The road essentially ends at that lot, the driveway for that lot, the Adam and Stephanie Wager lot, I believe, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yep.
Does anybody live there now?
No, that home's in foreclosure.
Okay, looked empty. So the public road does not extend into that 75-foot wide piece that runs back to your property.
Not yet. I mean, maybe I'd push for that for down the road, but at this point, it doesn't.
Can you show a proposed 30-foot wide easement? I'm a little confused by that too. If that's a public road, user
Well, it's
road.
not. I mean,
It's a user road. If the town is maintaining it, it's a user road. It's a
So
public
this
road.
lot, got an easement. The road actually has ended here. Maybe they're showing it here. I don't know. Really accurate. But, so this is, what will these, Ben and Ben's name, I don't know. Say this road is owned by the town at this point because we're maintaining it. That doesn't really change anything for me. It's probably better things for having a road coming into the property. And then
I guess it's just not clear where the public road ends on your map. And if there's,
I don't think you even know where it is either, right? I mean, you have paperwork showing you own the road, should you?
well, if they maintain it, they own it. Well, they don't own
I
it.
don't know.
It's a user road.
I have,
It's a public road if they maintain it.
Public
If they
road
don't
rights.
maintain it, it is not. That's kind of putting it in simple terms.
But the easement is from Ben W. Wigger to Adam and Stephanie.
it's like, yeah, it's almost like
John.
two things, right? So they took the easement information for that 2-acre lot. Bill Dog did, I have it on my paperwork. Takes that easement information and added 75 feet to that easement. for me. So,
But it says proposed easement.
You want to weigh in on this, Andy?
Sure. So what the issue is to have a legal building lot, you need frontage on a public road, a minimum of 15 feet of frontage on a public road. And so I think what the board and Mr. Bonesteel are asking is on the proposed 2.19 acre parcel to be conveyed to you, is there any frontage on an existing public road? So the question arises as to how far Wager Road is maintained along this length. If it is not maintained by the town up to the point where your corner of this proposed lot would be, so in other words, the public road ends some distance from where your corner lot would be, and you're going over a private easement to get to your driveway, that's not a legal building lot. And so what you're trying to accomplish here by getting access,
But that's how that 2-acre lot was done. That 2-acre lot,
This one here, Adam and Stephanie's lot.
this was done with an easement. I can give you the paperwork on it. This, where I, so
I
the
know.
road's coming in this way.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ben was over here, over here. So this has an easement, certain distance, probably the full length of this lot.
Mhm.
That's how it's written. So how do they do it?
I can't answer that because, well, it's not as simple as a shrug of the shoulders.
No, I know.
That could have been created, but it may not be a legal lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. You've got an application in front of the board now. We've got to make sure that what you end up with
Well, I know, I want
is a legal building lot,
Right,
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah. I think this may be answered. Chuck, when you inquired with the highway superintendent, was the question, do you plow the entire length of Wager Road?
Yes, and he says he plows it to the end.
And so the next question will be, we need to locate where the end
Yeah,
is
where's
on
the
the
end?
map. Because if it's up to here, we're good, we're fine.
Yeah.
But if it's somewhere down here,
Nah, yeah, my gut's telling me it's probably right around this little line here, so it's probably short of my front. But that would be, maybe.
and if that's the case, I hate to say it, for your protection, and so the board can act on it, that line should be broad so that you at least have 15 feet onto where the town plows.
No, How to get it done, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I want that whole 75 feet to be like the town own it in front of me, but you're saying at least the minimum would be 15.
That's the minimum.
Yeah, and I would want at least 20 or so, because the driveway has to be 20 feet wide.
You got it. So you want to make sure you got enough width on the existing town road, and that's indicative of where they plow and maintain, to get your driveway off the public road. Because if there's a gap there where it's along a private easement, that creates a legal issue for a legal building lot needing frontage on at least 15 feet of frontage on a public road.
So you're purchasing the property from Ben Wager, right?
The 2.19 acres, yes, he's,
So I think what Mr. Gilchrist is saying is that if that easement were part of the property that's dedicated, then that would be to the end of the road. If that easement is 30 feet wide and and the property line had an L in it,
Well, that would work too.
so basically,
Yep.
it
that
went
would
to
work.
the end of the road, so you had 30 feet on the end of the road. You know, because it sounds like this parcel is encumbered by something. And so if you purchased that from Wager, that would give you the, that
oh,
would,
I see.
That would bring
you
it down
be
to the end of
to the end
where
of the
town
road and
plows.
have 30 feet.
Yeah. I don't think it would be a problem. So go out another 30 feet, come down to, and meet where they're plowing,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yep.
Okay.
So rather than an easement, you purchase that.
Purchase, yeah, instead of having the private easement there, that's a very good point. Purchase that property, then you own your lot within front up against the town roadway.
All right.
You'd pull your driveway in right off the end of the road.
So does, so all right, so we're saying town owns right to the end where they plow. So as long as I know that, I'm good with that.
They don't own
It's
it.
just a highway.
All right.
It's a
Oh, I
user
see, it
road
becomes a public.
by
Yeah.
use.
Okay. I just, sorry.
It's better to say it's a public road.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's
No,
a
I
pu-
agree.
It's a public road to where they plow and maintain.
All right. All
If you
right,
can get your lot line down to that, you'll connect up with the frontage on the public road.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then you'll be able to build a house.
okay. I don't know if it'll happen, but at least I want the option.
But, correct, you got the option, but you then also have a buildable lot that
Right,
likewise could be marketable.
right.
Technically, we can't approve this.
Now, there should be a revised, so you have to make sure that you can,
Yeah, I think Ben will go for it.
yeah.
So basically, say I can get this, it's probably another revision of the map. What else would I need, I guess? Do I need anything else to come back?
See any further issues?
We can put you on the agenda for our next meeting, which is on the 16th,
16.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I'll try to push for that, and if I can't, I'll let Chuck know if I can't make it, but it's more to getting the surveyor to make the adjustments. And,
Okay. I mean.
Yeah.
Planning board, Phil Darling, I'm sure he'll,
Oh, he was very helpful, quick on this other change, so.
so you see the dilemma.
No, I get it. Actually, at one point, I had it drawn that way.
Okay.
I wish I left it that way.
All right.
I didn't want to get too greedy on getting property, so it's just like, I'll do this. Backward.
Regarding the cul-de-sac, there are currently 5 homes on Wager Lane, Wager Road. I did get a call about a 6th going in on the other parcel that was sold up there by auction. That does have frontage. So, you were not anywhere near the number, maximum number for homes on cul-de-sac.
All right.
Is it considered a cul-de-sac? I don't even.
No.
Dead end road.
Dead end.
Okay.
Dead end road,
Private.
cul-de-sac.
We call it the cul-de-sac.
All right, I'm just curious.
Cul-de-sac, that's basically a turnaround.
That's what I was thinking.
It should be easy to find,
where they plowed because it was fairly soft on the first plow, so I imagine there's gonna be some dry.
Oh, yeah,
You can see where they were plowed.
okay.
It used to be creeks.
Appreciate feedback.
The sooner you can get those
Yep.
to the,
Talk to them tomorrow.
well, if they get distributed to the planning board before the meeting,
Yeah.
that's to your benefit.
That's my goal, is getting here before.
All right?
Hey, thank you.
Okay, our last item on the agenda is Tim Grady.
He is
And
not
he
here.
has to be, well,
He's asked to be moved to the 16th.
yes. He's not ready to come before the board.
Correct.
So we will re-adjourn him to the 16th. Okay, before we go into new business, I just want to look over our potential agenda for the 16th. We have 2 public hearings scheduled. One is for the Galavan minor subdivision, and number 2 is for the Tilson Technology, which is a cell tower on the church. Also on the agenda, we have Borrego Solar coming in with a sketch plan. And as of tonight's meeting, we have McClure waiver of subdivision. Basically, that's a reschedule, hoping he's going to be here. We have Armstrong, we just discussed, and Tangredi. So we have 6 items with 2 public hearings right now. So as we move forward into new business, just be aware of that. So what do we have for new business? Anything?
Yes. You will see a pile of stuff with it's the top part, there it is there. This gentleman, Mr. Vickers, Mike Vickers, was in front of the board some time ago, 5 years ago, for a subdivision up on Krieger Lane. And the gentleman wanted to do a subdivision for a single lot. You'll see in the minutes, and that's why we printed all of the minutes out. It ended up being they had to increase the size of the homes in the dead-end road. He was going to go over 12 with Krieger, came to the town board, got the approval for the town board. Also had to go to a zoning variance because of the width of the entrance, I believe, was not wide enough. So he was at the zoning board as well. And he stated at the zoning board that he wasn't going to divide that parcel up again, but it has become now that he wants to divide that parcel again into 2 pieces. So he never finished the first one because he never came back after the town board to the planning board. If any of you guys can remember this happening differently, let me know, but that's what our minutes reflect. He is pretty adamant that he just, he thought he was done with everything, but I believe what that gentleman thought was that the approval of the cul-de-sac law, or the issue of having too many homes on a dead-end road, that then turned in his mind, approval of the whole subdivision. So that's where we're at. And this one here, much like the gentleman just previous to us, we have to confirm that it's on a public street. You will see the loop in front of Mr. Dayton's house. And then I think the easement carries through.
And then there's another 2 houses past.
Hey, where's Whitman's driveway?
Stuff doesn't
show, it goes this way.
Oh, that
Clear
loops
Lane
around.
goes in, loops around.
It's not.
It doesn't show
approved,
it, it shows, it doesn't even show it here.
Well, that's a brand new house.
It
I don't know if this gentleman will be here for the next meeting. He just
Goes
had
to
a
Alaska
surgery,
right
I
away.
think, this week.
The right of way's here.
But,
This is the guy who goes to Alaska for the
No.
summer.
The road ends here.
Right.
This is the right of way down the.
Is there a house on one of these two lots now? And
Oh,
this isn't improved, there's no road here, right? It's just field.
No, they put a road in there because this gentleman here comes and camps on weekends. So there is a road through here, which Mr. Vickers is questioning where that is located and if that's located within that easement. But he questioned that as well. It's a rough road. It's not,
Cow pad.
glorified. Remember this at all, Russ?
Yeah,
I remember it. Something about a lot for his daughter or something.
He had 2 sons, I think.
So,
He had property on Spring Ave as well. I'm pretty sure.
So the 18-acre lot is accessed by the 40-foot wide easement.
That was, I think, when that was Ives property, Willard
Yeah.
Ives?
Oh,
Yes.
Way
So
back
that's
Yeah.
off of Flower Road.
when? So he had that easement in there so he could access this end of the property as well, I believe.
I thought that 18 acres was for sale.
which,
18 acres of it.
36.3. The tax parcel Mansfield.
Yeah, they were the purchasers,
So he's breaking this off of this.
Mansfield and
No.
Brady.
He owns this and wants to split this in half, 2 building lots.
Let's backtrack
That's
here.
not what he's showing.
He had this large lot,
You're right.
which together is about 5.5 acres. He's dividing it
Yeah.
off.
Yes.
Oh, 3.12.
What was
Right.
the
This is the, he's
determination
questioning where this,
on a driveway or road to get to the driveway road that's listed as a asphalt driveway? There's something I'm missing here, or I have forgotten.
Well,
This is a right of way.
Town doesn't plow that though, right? They don't plow that asphalt drive.
no, they plow Krieger Lane only.
Right.
So this is
landmark.
the
Yes, it
right
is.
of way, the 40-foot right of way that's there. That's for utilities, egress and, right?
To lot 18.
I thought back then, Russ, he accessed that from Whitbeck's property or something. I thought Whitbeck's were tied into that somehow way back then.
Yeah,
Weren't they?
Yes, because the easement was across Whitbeck's property to get back to this, which was Willard Ives. And it's funny because I was at Dick's yesterday and he was saying that Vickers, well, Dick and Jackie said they did something here so that this easement went this way and in, instead of the angle.
Right.
Because Vickers is saying that, it cuts his land in half, having this here, this piece in half.
Where's the last thing did for Vickers' kids? That's what I'm wondering. Didn't we do something for his daughter and son? Or his
he
daughter?
never finished it, right?
No, never completed it. He got the ruling about being able to go over the number of houses on a cul-de-sac and never came back to the planning board. That's why we put all the minutes in there.
Gotcha.
That's as far as I can tell.
So we never approved anything?
No.
Gotcha. Because he had to go to Whitbeck's for something, yeah.
Yeah, for this easement here.
you
But I
understand
think
this,
so.
Andy?
It's coming back. This, my recollection is that this was not a simple, straightforward one. I can remember Ives coming into a public hearing, maybe at the zoning board, with all kinds of concerns about maintaining her access over these lots. And I do remember Whitbeck being involved in those meetings too. But beyond that, I can't recall.
This was 5 years ago, 2016.
2016, yeah.
Yeah, but he can't have building lots back in there because there's no public road that goes back there.
And that was the problem back then. We kept going round and round him about, his land was landlocked. And he kept saying he just wants to do something for his kids. What can we do to help me out? That's what I recall.
I remember it left a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
It was like, we tell everybody no, and then this guy gets the,
Well, apparently we never finished it. I didn't read through his meeting minutes, but I'll have to read through them and kind of see if the jog.
We gotta
This one's gonna
do
take
some homework on this.
Yeah. We wouldn't have an old map for this, would we? When he originally planned? Chuck?
I believe there was one. Wendy looked for that. Wendy, I think Wendy did find something.
Okay. That might help jog the memory
One
too.
lot.
Our minutes in the,
If, when I find
The
the
website,
tab, I'll
go
scan
back.
it and send it out
Yeah.
to everybody.
about 10 years, I believe. All right, let's do, we're not gonna put them on the agenda for our next meeting, but we'll put them on the agenda for the first meeting in January.
We can drag the stuff back out if I have any, any more information as a working part of the next meeting. It's up to you guys.
You want to rediscuss it under like old business or
Yeah.
new business again on our next meeting? Does that make sense, Andy? Do a little bit more material and then introduce it under old business again?
Yep.
Okay. Why don't we do that? and
See
we'll
what
just
else we can do.
Tentatively put them off the agenda right now. Okay, is there anything else on the new business?
That was it.
The old business. Now, I noticed there's two faces in the audience. Am I missing something tonight? Okay. I didn't know whether you were here. but-
No, I just came because the gun business is down the road from my house.
Okay. You, sir?
No, I'm on the Grafton planning board, I just came to stop in.
Stop in and see how we do. All right.
watch sausage be made.
Well, if there's no other old business, is there anything else that anybody wishes to discuss? If not, I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Someday I'm gonna say no.
All right. We need to review, I don't think we need to review the agenda.
We just
No,
did
I
it.
got
Yep.
Should be good.
Right.
Yeah.